Hello, Paulo. These are your carburetors. Before we get started, go over some things with the 190SL. As you probably know, you've got your fuel pump right here, and there's a reason you have a priming lever. You want to use it to prime the fuel system to make sure you have fuel up to your carburetors. We will also be using this analog engine analyzer to adjust the carburetors, and we'll be using this RPM scale right here. So we'll get this on the tripod and get a little bit more information for you. This is a cold weather test. Now you can see it's 67 degrees, so it's cool out. When mounting the carburetors, you want to install the carburetors loosely on your intake manifold so they can wiggle back and forth. You will then install your air log, tighten up the carburetors so that they don't move, remove and pull off the air log, tighten up the carburetors the rest of the way, and then put the air log back in place just to make sure that it fits, because it is possible to tighten these carburetors such that when you go to install your air log, it will not fit. So don't make that mistake. Be sure to install them with the choke levers to the center. One tool that will help you a great deal in installation is this set of of 1/4-inch drive sockets. They just dropped. Another important thing to remember is stabilize this fitting in the fuel inlet in the float bolt cover, and then you will tighten and loosen this fitting right here. So you always want to stabilize and hold this one in position. That keeps you from messing up the threads inside here. I'll be adjusting the carburetors with the synchrometer, and these are available online, made in Germany. And the one that you want to use is the BK 1 to 35 kilograms per hour. This one right out of the box is perfect for the 190SL Solex. We are going to be adjusting the carburetors at 2 points. The idle mixture screw right here, which is used only when you're idling. That you adjust that only when you're idling. This is the one on the first barrel, and the one on the second barrel is a dummy and does not do anything, so you just leave it alone. The other adjustment we'll be making is right here for idle speed. This sets how up and down the lever sets to give you your idle speed. Those are the main adjustments. Another one that we're going to make, let's see if we can get down there. It's a little set screw right here. This sets the clearance between the first barrel throttle shaft and the second barrel throttle shaft. And that's important so that when the first barrel closes, this link right here artificially closes the second barrel throttle. And you want those to be just a little bit snug, or just barely snug. G55, the idle, the carburetor's idle on the first barrel of each carburetor, and that is controlled by this jet right here, the G55, and that's the only thing that allows the car to idle. So if you ever lose idle, it's because there's a piece of dirt clogged in this little jet, and all you have to do is unscrew it. Yeah, in fact, I'll show you right now. So what you're going to do is, I don't know if you can, may not be able to see that. So we're going to unscrew this. This comes out, and you'll be able to see how small the hole is on the end of it. 0.55 millimeters. Very, very teeny hole, and that's real easy to get clogged up with dirt. And all you have to do is take that out, use a little wire to clean it, blow it out, compressed air, and then you screw it back in and snug it down. And that's it. On these idle mixture screws, your base setting is you screw these in until they snug up, until they get tight, and then you back them out 1.5 turns. I'll already have these set, but if for any reason you never need to adjust these, when you screw them down, you just barely screw it down to where it just barely touches, and then you back it out. You don't need to snug it down like you're securing a screw. It is not important to do that. It only hurts the carburetors internally. Another important thing, of course, that you have to be responsible for is your linkage here, making sure all the links are set correctly. Oh, another thing that I will adjust, but this is critical to the operation of the carburetor, is right down here, this little set screw right here. That screw activates the choke mechanism so that when you operate the choke, it moves the throttle lever. See right here? I'm moving the choke lever, but you notice it's moving the throttle back here. And that distance, clearance right back here is 15 thousandths, or about, I guess, 0.25 millimeters. Not very much at all. Very precise clearance, and really a stupid thing to do on carburetors, but there you go. Well, what can I tell you? The carburetors are French, and that's what you get. Let's see if we can do some carburetor operation here. Okay, let's see, everything's attached. Let's see, we will choke. We got, let's see, switch on, choke, and so the only time you can adjust the carburetors is when they are warmed up. So we're going to warm up the carburetors, warm up the engine. You see we got our temperature gauge down here. waiting for the thermostat to open. Maybe about up to here. Oh, while that's opening up, I forgot to mention choke levers. You have adjusting screws right here which allow you to move your choke levers up and down to where they will line up with the cable. It's an adjustment you get to make to try to make the choke levers, the choke cable work as efficiently as possible, which is not very easy. But it's a lousy design. So we're getting ready for the thermostat to open. There we go. Thermostat open. We're dropping in temperature, so thermostat is open. Now we can adjust some carburetors. First thing we want to do is operate the carburetors independently of each other. And we do that by disconnecting the linkage. So disconnect the linkage. This carburetor is running independently. See how the idle changed? That's because my linkage is not set up properly. And that's one of the problems you have to make. That's why you have a turnbuckle right here, so you can adjust the carburetors to get to just the linkage to precisely attach to the carburetor. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to check airflow out of the second barrel. Make sure we have minimal airflow. See, I don't think you can see that, so let me readjust this here. What we want is as little airflow out of the second barrel as possible. The factory would run 2 to 3, and anything below that is good. So and you can see that one didn't even move. Go over here. And that one didn't move either, but to show you that it does move, I will open it up here. Okay, so we don't want that to be open, and it's not, and that's due to the good quality machine work. Next, we want to make sure both first barrels are flowing at the same amount. It doesn't matter what that amount is, it just has to be the same. Right now this happens to be between 3.5 and 4. And on this carburetor, over here, move this back a little bit. Back here, and we'll make sure we have our lever pulled up. Okay, 3.5 to 4 as well. And then we make sure that our idle mixture screws are adjusted properly. And what we want to do there is you screw them in until the engine starts to stumble. You screw them out until the engine starts to stumble. And that was the screws back here that I was telling you about. Okay, and I'll demonstrate that. Just screw it in a little bit. As it starts to run crappy, screw it back out. It doesn't take much. As it starts to run better, and it will eventually start. Idle will drop off. It's starting to get rough, and idle is dropping off. I'm going to show you that visually on the engine analyzer down here. That's why I use this, so I can get more precise readings. So what we're looking at is this scale right here. Let's see if I can get the glare off of there. Right there. Too much glare. Okay. We're reading this scale right here, which is our RPM scale. The big numbers are the high scale, and that's the low scale. Right now I'm on the high scale, so let's switch over to the low scale, which will give us a more accurate measurement. Right now, you can see we are running at about 450 RPM. And if I start adjusting the idle mixture screws, you're going to see the RPM vary. And what we want to do is get the maximum RPM. I'm going to start adjusting. You see we're dropping off on RPM. And go back the other way. 450. Starting to drop off again, so I'm going to go back to where it reads 450. There we go. A little bit above 450. I'm going to do that with the other carburetor. Dropping. There we go, dropping in RPM. Now we come back the other way. Picking up our RPM, a little bit above 450. You don't want to go out too far because then you start processing too much air through the throat of the carburetor. Alright, we'll leave it right there for the time being. And also when we rev it up, if it pops back to the carburetor, it means we're too lean. We need to back out on these idle mixture screws. Now, let's see, this just for fun, let's see how low we can go in terms of RPM. Almost 400. A little bit below 400. Here's 300 RPM right here. 400, so about 350. There we go. That's what the engine looks like running that low of an RPM. Now then, we need to actually have the RPM set around 700. So I'm going to adjust the RPM up. It's 650 and it's good. Now we come back here. Now we're going to make sure they're running both at the same amount, or drawing the same amount of air. Since we adjusted them. Alright. Make sure they're pulling the same amount of air. So we're at 6 here. 6.5, 7, together. Over here. 6.5, 7. So I adjusted them pretty well just by eyeball. Make sure not processing any air here or here. go. Okay. And we got an idle of about 700. Now, next thing you need to do is adjust the linkage to where you snap the linkage in place, nothing changes. Now, I've already adjusted this, but that's why this is on a turnbuckle that screws in and out. So let's see what happens. So nothing changed there. Let's take a look. Bounced up a little bit, so check the linkage. Alright, there's 6 right there. Raised up a little bit, so let's adjust it back down. A little bit more. We're at 6 there. Well, you can see that. There we go. 6 here. Okay. And 6 here. See if the linkage will snap on. We'll keep that same measurement. Again, linkage is all important. Make sure all your linkage is in good condition and not sloppy or worn out. Alright, 6 there. 6 there. So the linkage is doing pretty good. Now we switch over to the high scale on our unit. There we go. We got a needle that works now. Back to 775, give or take. So we need to recover down to about 750 or so. So good repeatability. Stay on a high scale so I don't hurt anything. Don't bury the needle, in other words. Alright, now do a hot restart. Got a really nice set of carburetors for you, Paulo. So I'm going to let them sit for another day or two just to double check nothing is coming off the bottom of the carburetors. I mean, they will seep down here. You're going to get a little fuel seepage underneath here. It'll be maybe like a little brown from the fuel, but otherwise it takes a while. It takes several weeks or longer for this to seep down there, but they will seep. There's no doubt about it. But thank you very much for your patience in this long project, and I appreciate your hanging in there. But I think you've got a nice set of carburetors. Thank you very much.